I missed that. I'm glad.
Sorry.
So thank you again for being here today. It's it's wonderful to see the turnout is actually bigger than ever, and I think we're very gratified for that because it means what we're doing is speaking to more and more people every year. And like Jerry said at the very start, we're thrilled and humbled to be working where we are at Hasbro because you've seen incredible product from Transformers and Joe, and then great licensed brands like Marvel and Star Wars. We really feel blessed to be able to work with the best, the most exciting intellectual property and bring it to toy form. And most of us are working here because of the great memories that we had growing up with these toys. I'm here because of Joe and Star Wars. And, I'm very lucky to be working on that. But you're here for that reason too. And that's why we, first of all, want to thank the fans for the great year that we had last year that has enabled us to bring to you the 2010 line for everything, but for Star Wars in particular today. And 2009 was a great year for Star Wars. You've probably seen some of the press announcements that Lucasfilm has put out. Star Wars had another phenomenal year. We were thrilled to be part of that. And on our Hasbro team, we just worked on some amazing things last year. The mainline and the exclusives were just phenomenal. And 2010 is going to shape up to be another great year. But we will say it's going to be more focused. And we're really kind of retrenching on the Star Wars brand, especially on our collector-targeted product. In the past, we've been very wide-ranging. We've been covering movie figures and Clone Wars figures and a lot of expanded universe figures in the comic books and the video games. And it's time to really pull back and kind of refocus our efforts. And we took this year as a great example for that because this year is going to be a celebration of the 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, which is the fan favorite movie. I think it's everyone's favorite. Anytime I see polls, it rises to the top. Probably because the more mature themes, and you've got Han and Leia kind of getting together, and as well as the phenomenal battles like the battle on Hoth was just one of the most unbelievable battles.
I liked it for the battles. I don't.
Right.
Going on everything.
And the seminal moments. That's where you find out the mind-blowing revelation that Darth Vader was Luke's father. It's got so many themes that just pull the entire saga together.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Right. Sorry. Darn, forgot that. So anyway, we're taking that 30th anniversary and really refocusing the brand, and it's going to be a celebration. And we say it not just because there's a Celebration 5 coming up in August, but because we're going to celebrate Empire Strikes Back in a huge way. And I already talked about we're refocusing around the movie line. So you're not going to see a ton of expanded universe in the line this year. We will show some exclusives that are coming out at Toys R Us, but we're really leaving the door open for 2011 to come back with some more, and then after we really rebuild and celebrate the movies for a while, we'll be turning our attention again to the expanded universe. But for the next year and a half or so, you're going to see a really real movie concentration. So I just glossed over the relaunch of Vintage this year is the big news that we're going to talk about, and I'll get to that in a little bit of in a minute as well. But complementing Vintage, which is really collector targeted, we've got an awesome new lineup that's coming out in August, and we call it the Shadow of the Dark Side. That was our inspiration. It's a black and blue look that's going to replace the red and white that you're seeing out there right now, which will run through spring. The Shadow of the Dark Side inspiration really takes its cue from a lot of the themes that we're seeing in Clone Wars Season 1 and Season 2. It's getting a little bit darker. You're getting threads like the Mandalorians coming in, providing another threat to the Republic and to the Jedi, and some other themes.
Don't forget the bounty hunters.
Everybody's favorite bounty hunters, which debuted 30 years ago in The Empire Strikes Back. They're woven into the fabric of the Clone Wars now too. So we're celebrating this kind of darkness in a big way. And a few things won't be back for fall, so the comic packs, we're putting those on hiatus. We will look at them for exclusives, but they're coming out of the main line. And the Galactic Heroes cinema scenes are going to go away to be replaced by a new Galactic Heroes hero vehicle. We'll show you in a little bit. So we'll dive into the Clone Wars and talk about 3 3/4 figures and vehicles first. And we want to show you the new lineup. So here's what the new Shadow of the Dark Side lineup looks like, taking its cue from those dark themes, the black and the blue. We're showing you what it looks like on Saga Legends because it will wrap everything that's not vintage, so wrap some of the movie line product as well. But we're using color cues, again, to separate the lines, so retailers at the end of the day can put back the line back together. That's been one of the big concerns is, the figures all, look a little bit too similar. So we're using color cues to really visually segregate them at retail. So it'll help the planogram. But there's a big new innovation that we're bringing to basic figures, and I think I'll let Vicki talk about this.
Right. You saw it in the Marvel presentation. This is something that we're always trying to do at Hasbro, is really bring great new play to kids. We do it with coins in Star Wars. We're always trying to get projectile launchers in there, and now we're going to be adding the Galactic battle game. So this is really cool. You can see here how it's going to set up for kids. It's very simple. You have the base. You slide the card in. You can see the powers that are labeled up here on the side. And you'll be able to roll a dice. It chooses which power you're going to battle with. And then you have a win or lose. And if you're lucky, you got a power booster that's going to kick in there as well. So this is something we're very excited about. And we've shown to kids and gotten great response from them. So how many people know this scenario when you're playing figures at home? I killed you. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I deflected it with my lightsaber. Nah. Okay, I'll show you again. Mom. Okay, so the one thing that this adds is it's not a very structured play. It's very simple and straightforward. It just adds that little bit so that there's a clear winner and loser, and the kids really like that because it means that they can kind of keep going and progress through the whole play, and you can battle all your troops together. So really fun.
So the important thing here is that you can still play out all the adventures with your Star Wars figures, but we're adding, another kid-relevant play pattern. So it extends the play action after, you bring the figures home and play with them. So this is a hot new game mechanic. So the card base and the die will be coming with every single figure in the Star Wars line except vintage. So it's going to be in the Clone Wars figures, the Saga Legends figures, so it'll be Clone Wars and movie as well, and battle packs and our figure and vehicle packs as well. So that's cool. So you can finally have a scenario where C-3PO could win. The intelligence, yeah! That was our motivation. So, let's look at the basic figures. So the Clone Wars basic figures are the hottest segment of the Star Wars line right now, of course, because the entertainment is rocking it so hard. So we're going to introduce 31 new figures this year in 2010. Most of those are going to be in the back half. Some of them are the ones that are coming out right now in front of us now, and then through April we'll have waves. But most of them are going to be in the fall. And you'll notice that we're still playing catch-up. So we are not aligned. We know we're not perfectly aligned with Lucas and the rollout of the entertainment. But we're working on that to be better aligned. So you're still seeing some Season 1 characters that were too hot to hold back. They're coming out. And we're working on better alignment for Season 2.
So let's jump into the figures. We've got Anakin in his cold weather gear, as he's seen on Plutonia. And there's actually several figures from that campaigning here with the cold weather gear, so really cool. He's got removable goggles. We have Bai Sen. I'll make sure I say his name right. Tall's warrior. And he comes with weapons, and all his armament is actually removable. And we've got Darth Sidious with the cool electro great play feature for kids. And then the Commander Stone and the tactical droid, TX-20. So these guys are showing up all over Clone Wars and just really entrenched in the battle play. So we're excited to have him in our line.
And then the April wave.
Yep, we've got Obi-Wan with his hood up, and he's got the removable goggles as well. And our clone trooper is, got the heater pack. He's packing some heat. That's an actual projectile launcher. And our Magna Guard, he's got a soft goods cloak. We want to get that in the way. And firefighter droid, he's going to come in and put out any fires that happen in the hangar. This pesky Jedi always causing some trouble. So.
You see these crazy droids kind of, in the back scenes of the animation. You go, that's too cool not to do.
Let's play.
And then to give you a taste of the first wave in August, give you a little scoop here on the Ford figures.
Yep, so General Grievous is here, and yes, you really will have a cake. Not showing here. And exciting is Mandalorians. We gotta have more, right? These episodes just aired from Cartoon Network, hugely successful, tons of eyes on them. So here we're seeing Pre Vizsla. He's got a weapon. He's got the Darksaber. Very cool weapon that we already know that he stole from Jedi. So that's here. He's got his removable helmet, a Mandalorian guard, and another bounty hunter. Playing back into that dark theming is Aura Singh, and who runs around the likes of Cad Bane. So great new figure.